Hello, and welcome to Jerryactric Midnight Movie Review. Tonight we're going to talk about Gods of Egypt. Now, I must confess, going into this movie, I didn't have very high hopes. It kind of looked kind of strange in the trailers, and there was, of course, that big controversy about white actors playing Egyptian gods. But I will say, after watching the movie, I was pleasantly surprised. This is really kind of a throwback movie to the old Clash of the Titans. I'm not talking about the recent remake, but the older one. Uh, Brave hero, a funny sidekick, a love story, an over-the-top villain, and a happy ending at the end. The things I liked about this movie was, as some of you know, I am a history major and I love mythology. So I was very curious to see how the gods of Egypt were going to be portrayed, and for the most part, I was pretty I was pretty happy the way they were portrayed. It was very convincing from the underworld to the different gods. Um, the second thing I liked was, of course, Gerard Butler, always a good actor, and in this one he plays a villain, the Egyptian god known as Set. Um, Gerard Butler, in my opinion, always plays a better villain than he plays a hero. He's always got a little bit of a cocky swagger to him. And this role, he gets to be over the top, evil, has some great lines, and he's really good in this movie. What is the movie about? It's basically sort of a retelling of the story of Horus, who is betrayed by Set, loses his eyes, and in fact loses the kingdom of Egypt. Um, in order to regain this power, he teams up with a mortal thief who has his own reasons for trying to get Horus back on the throne. Another thing I liked about this movie was how the gods were portrayed. The gods were seen as taller than mortal people, and also the old Egyptian belief that the gods had gold running through their veins. When these gods get hurt or cut, gold is what comes out of them. The third thing I really liked was the imagery. It was breathtaking. A lot of computer animation, but it was just so gorgeous to look at. I found that when an aerial battle or a sweeping view of the city happened, I was actually looking around at an Egypt that never existed. What didn't it do well? The villain Gerard Butler, while he plays a very good villain, doesn't seem very motivated. This is to say, we don't really know his motivations. He tells us during the movie, but these motivations almost sometimes seem to come out of nowhere. Um, I also wish we could have spent a little more time with some of the other gods. One of my favorites was the god of wisdom, who portrays a god who basically knows everything, is kind of an arrogant know-it-all. Um, as I said, this movie, don't go in there thinking you're going to see a huge reinvent the blockbuster. But if you're going to a movie where you want to be entertained and see some gorgeous scenery and see some characters that we don't see enough of. We see more Greek gods than the Egyptian gods. Then Gods of Egypt is for you. This movie is rated PG-13. There's violence, some sensuality, but nothing that you would feel bad about not bringing the kids to. So once again, that's me, Jerryactric. I stay up late to watch it, so you don't have to. No, I'm growing a beard. No, I think it's coming in pretty good. Yeah. Well, yeah, Gerard Butler has a beard. That's a good-looking man. Is he better looking than you? Of course he is. He's better looking than me, then, if we were being honest.